Module 3 of Real World Resilience is going to cover the foundations of resilience, but probably not in the way that you've heard it before. Again, I want to be clear, I am not a generic outside of industry, don't get what you're doing person here to talk to you to eat better and sleep more. However, there are also some important things that we do need to make sure that we've got the basics of, because if we don't do some of those basics, then a lot of the other things that we're talking about are going to be less effective. We've talked about a multifaceted problem needing multifaceted solutions. It's not helpful to just kind of go, oh, well, I'll just work on my mindset or I'll just work on the organizational design if we're not actually going to take a little bit of progress into that sort of more mainstream stuff that could help anybody. So while I don't want to teach anybody to suck eggs, I do want to touch a little bit about the stuff that you will probably have already heard before. But again, like what I hope you're discovering now about these modules is some of it you might have heard before, but you're probably going to hear a pretty different perspective to what you're normally getting shared, and a really kind of different, more practical way of thinking about some of the stuff that we're talking about. So module 3 is made up of, why does this stuff even matter? Okay, might sound like an obvious question, but let me try to convince you. Why is it so hard? And why is these sort of foundational things, the eating better, setting boundaries, going to sleep on time, why are we continuing to find that such a challenge? I am going to touch a little bit about the stuff you already know. Yes, we are going to make sure we're all on the same page. And then the last chapter for this module is going to be a little bit of practical tools on the foundation stuff that you might have heard some of before. Set good boundaries is an example of something that we've all had shoved down our throats, but we're going to take that into real world, practical, veterinary and animal care profession. What does that look like? How can we have a chance of setting boundaries that might have a chance of working?